Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT Full Sail 123 and Lewis Season 1. I am Lewis, and this is on WWE Community. This is of course the NXT involved with my storylines on my channel 123 and Lewis, which you can find in the description. We just had WrestleMania, and the first Raw after WrestleMania will be on WWE 2K14. But now, until then, we're going to go down to the developmental system with guys like Sami Zayn, and we are going to have one show for one season up until then. We're going to have 8 episodes of this NXT. This is episode 1, and we're starting off with Sami Zayn. And this guy, he is full of energy. And of course, the way of NXT working here with already the Wyatts, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and a few other guys from NXT heading up to the roster for 2K14. Sami Zayn, Langston, guys like that, they're going to try and join them. And here comes a guy already on the main roster, a former tag team champion along with Primo, Epico, and he's set to face off here with Sami Zayn. Of course, full roster members are also going to be involved in this NXT. This isn't about the winner getting a place like former NXTs were back on 123 on this. No, this is Full Sail NXT, because like a normal show, we're going to have a title belt. And basically, these guys are going to come out here and they're going to try and impress, and if they impress enough, that a manager might pick them up, someone who wants them to be a tag team partner picks them up, or they impress enough that one of the GMs of Raw decides to take them on board. They get to be on the full roster, and Sami Zayn is going to try and impress here, coming up against Epico. And Epico though gets the good start there. Actually, I believe this is Primo, not Epico. I apologise for that, but there's Primo with the Hurricane Rana. But Sami Zayn, indie darling. I'm not going to tell you who he used to be, but wow, goes to the big boot. That's a patented move of who he used to be, but Primo blocked it, but there's a close line from El Generico. Primo, former tag team champion, as I said, with Epico. The last big match that they had was when they took on the tag team champions Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara at the Survivor Series. They didn't manage to win that match, but they put on a great show, and the revitalized tag team of the revitalized tag team division is going to involve them. It's going to involve guys like the Wyatts. It's going to involve guys like the Kings of Wrestling. It's going to involve the Usos. It is going to involve the tag team champions Tyler Masons and JTG, and much more. Not to mention that a team like the Accession here on NXT could easily be a part of it. And tonight, Langston, one of the front runners for the NXT Championship, Hurricane Rana there from Primo, is going to be in the main event. We don't know who he's facing yet, but he's going to set out a challenge. And you can see here. And here we go. Sami Zayn. Springboard. Back up. Backflip. Gets him over. What good move from Sami Zayn. Full of energy, this guy. You must see Langston. Guys like Langston. Sami Zayn right here. Both Alice. Leo Kruger. Guys like that are all in the front running for the NXT Championship. It is here tonight. If Langston wins the match tonight, we're told he's not going to win the NXT Championship, but he is going to get to hold it, because the guys who are in the front running for it are going to get to hold it, they're going to get to see it, and it's going to make them want that championship more. And we're going to have more information next week about a tournament to crown the first NXT champion here. 1-2-3 and Lewis, and a big boot from Sami Zayn. Is he setting up to end it right here? Sami Zayn. Can he join guys who he knows very well, like Colt Cabana and Kevin Steen on the main roster? Here we go. Brain Buster from Sami Zayn. And Primo kicks out. That's not it. I thought it was going to be. Sami Zayn normally ends moves like that, but there we go for Inzaguri from Primo. He's not done. Now into the corner again goes Primo. Now, what's Sami Zayn going to look for here? And what's he doing here? Is he going for the back? Backhead head scissors. Wonderful move from Sami Zayn. One of the most promising superstars here. Look at that. Oh man, went for the crossbody springboard. Didn't quite hit it properly. One of the most promising superstars, Sami Zayn. We'll see if he can make his way to the main roster. Sami Zayn caught into the waist lock by Primo. We'll have more information in the coming weeks. Also on a possible season 2 of NXT. Big T-bone. Right there. There's Sami Zayn. Of course, season 2 is not guaranteed yet, but it's something we'd like to do. But it all depends on time limits. But you got at least 8 episodes to go. They're in full, no parts. Just like 1, 2, 3 Unleashed's format will be in 2K14. Every Raw, every pay-per-view will be all in one part rather than being in one full in different parts. And look at this, another T-bone from Sami Zayn. He's giving it right to Primo right here. He's had no chance. And what Sami Zayn gonna look to hit here? Something to finish Primo off. Look at that moonsault from Sami Zayn. Great move right there. And now he's gonna take him. Look at this. What's this? Bang! I don't know what we should call that. Variation of Beth Phoenix's old move. I don't think Sami Zayn calls it the Glam Slam, but he's going to win it right here. Sami Zayn puts away Primo. And just in my headset, you're the announce desk. It's not really an announce desk, but it's a desk. And Sami Zayn picks up the win versus Primo on his debut 1, 2, 3 Unleashed NXT matchup. This is a great debut show here on WWE Community. We got so much more to come. And next up, Big E Langston set for an interview with Justin Roberts. Sami Zayn celebrates. Will he be part of the 2K14 roster? We will see. Big E Langston threatening another frontrunner for the championship, Corey Graves. Big E Langston talking about how he's going to get that NXT championship, how he plans to do it. Up next here on NXT though, as we go into this interview. And as Big E Langston continues, next up, the Divas of NXT are in action. One NXT Diva and another current roster Diva. And will this be one of the Divas to join the revitalized Diva division in 2K14? We know what's going to happen. AJ Lee, Caitlyn, Natalya, who is the opponent of Paige tonight, are all going to be involved in it. And we can exclusively reveal to you when we come into 2K14. In the first 4 weeks, there will be 4 fatal 4-way Diva matches. Of course, 4 winners. Those 4 winners will go into a fatal 4-way. 5th final fatal 4-way. Extreme Rules for the Divas Championship. Will Paige be one of those 4? Will she be in one of the original 44 ways? Will she make it into the Extreme Rules one? Will she be Divas Champion? It could easily be this lady, Natalya. And Natalya, normally a popular figure, but wow, when you're facing Full Sail's favorite Diva Paige, you're gonna have a tough time getting the crowd on your side. But Natalya, she's still Jim the Anvil Neidhart's baby girl, and she is still one of the front runners to win the Divas Championship when we return to WWE 2K14. When we have the return of the Divas division, AJ Lee, Caitlyn, Alicia Fox, Layla, Natalya, possibly Paige, Summer Rae, all the Divas that could line up. We're also going to have former Divas being a part of those fatal 4-ways. An interesting subject to put on your mind there, but here we go. Paige and Natalya, and a big clothesline from Natalya to start off Paige with a kick. Paige, the daughter of Ricky Knight, and Paige is the daughter, of 2 British wrestlers. Her brothers are wrestlers, and she was trained in Norwich, England. As a child, she'd be in the ring, and now Paige is set to become the biggest wrestling star of that family. And she's in the WWE, and look at this from Paige. Oh, a big knee from Paige. Still only 20 years old is Paige. Has a big, bright future ahead of her, but She's got a tough task here against Natalya. She's trying to drag Natalya into the ropes or something there, but Paige, that puts her into the corner there. Just whip, big forearm from Paige. She's got that brawling instinct on her. Being a tough English broad. Off the ropes goes Paige. Back to Natalya, but Paige with a knee. The punches off of the loose edge press come from Paige. Most women slap at Paige with the punches. She looks for the knees there, but Natalya manages to move. There's a chop though. Paige right back on Natalya with the chops. Right into the corner. The brawler style coming out here. Now look at Paige with the boot right into the face and throat of Natalya. Not even giving her a second to breathe. And now Paige. Big shoulder block. And Natalya though catches the foot of Paige. Spins around. Oh, but it's a clothesline and slash punch from Paige, and she knocks Natalya down again. Again, she's going to come back with this knee right to the face of Natalya. And now Paige, up top rope. Look at that move! Double knees to the shoulder, taking down Natalya. Paige. Now look at this. Onto Natalya. Oh, what a move from Paige! And now Paige getting the Full Sail Arena amped up. Is she going to finish off Natalya? Wow. Big headbutt from Paige. Is she going to finish her off here? Or Paige wants to put more. Look at that slam. Natalya is not a small woman by any means. And Paige just picked her up. And Paige is a small woman. Look at this. Paige. Look at this move. Wow. A cradle DDT it seemed from Paige. 1, 2, 3. Paige picks up the win. And Paige giving herself a very good chance of being a part of the WWE 2K14 Divas roster come November, when she is beating Natalya here. September, October, and the rest of August are going to be some long months waiting for the 2K14 Raw after WrestleMania in November. But don't worry, you have NXT to entertain you till then, and Paige is starting off well. Can she dominate the 8 episodes of NXT? And here's Scott Dawson talking to Xavier Woods, and wow, he's giving him the right act, and Alicia Fox seems to be listening in here. A friend of Xavier Woods, but wow. Xavier Woods, Scott Dawson, they're not friends. I don't know why they're talking here, but here comes Curtis Axel, and ladies and gentlemen, he is not part of the NXT roster anymore. Curtis Axel is a Paul Heyman guy, and Paul Heyman's team winning at WrestleMania, and Paul Heyman now being official GM of the WWE. Curtis Axel is part of the Paul Heyman guy group, along with Kings of Wrestling, Colt Cabana, and Kevin Steen, and the Usos. He will be on the main roster come 2K14, but seems Curtis Axel isn't quite done with NXT yet. He wants to come out here and probably rub it in that he is part of the main roster, and everyone else has to fight for it when he's had it handed to him. But Curtis Axel, he is the son of Kurt Hennig. He is an amazing wrestler, and there's no doubt that he's a future world champion. The newest Paul Heyman guy is Curtis Axel, and he's making that obvious here. He's listing the names of the Paul Heyman guys. The most elite group in pro wrestling history today. Not just today, but in history. And he says all the titles have come to them. So Curtis Axel thinks the Paul Heyman guys are better than the Four Horsemen, than Evolution, the D-Generation X. He's saying it's his last night on this dump of a show. Well, Curtis Axel, this isn't a dump of a show, and he's gonna beat Big E Langston. It seems our main event's set up. Curtis Axel, Big E Langston. Well, those are some big words. Here we go for next match. And already in the ring are the Accession, Conor O'Brien, and Conor O'Brien has moved on to his third partner in the Accession, this time being Sami Callihan, another indie wrestler who has made his way to the NXT roster. Can they make their way to the full roster? But they didn't enter. They specifically said, we don't want you to film our entrance. They didn't enter properly. They just walked through the crowd in darkness, and they position themselves in the ring. They say that they need to prove themselves first, and they're going to try and do it versus Scott Dawson and Xavier Woods. Scott Dawson entering without Xavier Woods, and this is what we don't understand. Scott Dawson, one of the most hated guys here on NXT. Xavier Woods, one of the most loved guys. Why are they tagging up? Well, some light was shined on that earlier as Alicia Fox heard him reading the riot act to Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods seems to be needing Scott Dawson for some reason. Scott Dawson is playing into that. He is taking whatever he gets, but here comes the flamboyant Xavier Woods. Well, he might be hostage to Scott Dawson, it seems, but he's still dancing, he's still loving life. Xavier Woods is out here to make a bit of an impact tonight, and look at Xavier Woods, he's bouncing around, he's loving it around here, but as soon as he gets in the ring and he makes eye contact with his tag team partner, I don't think he's going to be quite as happy. Xavier Woods loves life, he loves wrestling, but when you have to tag with Scott Dawson, I feel sorry for you. But, well, Conor O'Brien, Sami Callihan, these are two tough guys. They're the top tag team on NXT, and frankly, I think it's no doubt in my mind that despite never seeing these guys on NXT before, Sami Callihan, Conor O'Brien, we've seen them in singles action, they're amazing. You put them together, if they win tonight, it's going to be no doubt in my mind that these guys will be on the 2K14 roster. And here we go, Conor O'Brien, Sami Callihan versus Scott Dawson in the flamboyant Xavier Woods. Again, this is one tag team of two guys who will do match, Conor O'Brien and Sami Callihan, two vicious, evil men, you may say. And then a tag team, just no one understands what Scott Dawson and Xavier Woods. And look at this, Sami Callihan just taking any chance to get his hands onto Scott Dawson. These guys are going to rough them up. You know, Scott Dawson's a tough guy. William Regal was telling me that he reminds him of a young Arn Anderson, but Conor O'Brien and Sami Callihan want to prove, you know, they're not going to be compared to anyone. They're going to make their own history. But look at that, that's a good move from Scott Dawson, flipping him over with a headlock. He's going to take him back up. But look at that, Conor O'Brien's just too tough and too big. But again, Scott Dawson, quite a small guy, but he's a rough guy. And again, big bulldog from Scott Dawson. That's the kind of thing you can expect for him. Rough, tough moves. He's not going to look for anything special. He's not going to go for a Hurricane Rana. Then again, Xavier Woods, I think, is the only one you can expect that from in this match. But look at that move. Scott Dawson will take any cheap way to win a match. Sami Callihan, Conor O'Brien, they're about, you know, big moves. They're about, you know, roughing guys up. They're about just being creepy, to be honest. Now Xavier Woods into the ring, and he gets a punch for his troubles. Xavier Woods doesn't look happy about the fact he just had to tag Scott Dawson, really. And now look at this, Conor O'Brien drags Callihan over to Callihan, and now here's Callihan right on to Xavier Woods, and they're going to drop him right on the knee. Right on the knees of Callihan and O'Brien. They say they're taking charge here. Oh, STO from Callihan. And another STO from Callihan. Callihan impressive. He hasn't had many NXT matches. He's only had a few. But he's also been very impressive on the independent scene. And this is why we knew that he's going to be a good partner with Conor O'Brien. They're dominating so far. These guys are creepy beyond that. Oh, man. Imagine these guys against the Wyatt family. And now, Xavier Woods. Oh, and another STO from Callihan. Look at that, the kick to the gut. Xavier Woods, he's not so happy anymore. I don't think he was as soon as he saw that he's still tagging Scott Dawson. I think he was trying to put it on in the entrance that he was happy, but he's really not happy to be out here. And look at that back suplex from Sami Callihan. Xavier Woods, if he wasn't involved in this, he could be a front runner for the championship. But oh, look at this move from Callihan. Submission move. He's gonna tap out. No, Scott Dawson breaks it up, and you know he could have been a front runner for that NXT championship. But no, not anymore due to this. And look at that. Oh, big kick from Callihan. Lost my words there as that came out. Now back into the apron. Well, the rope, sorry. And look at this roll up from Callihan. 1, 2, 3. Callihan wins with a roll up. O'Brien and Callihan, the Accession, have won this match. And while I definitely think they're going to be on the 2K14 roster. Wow. Great win for Conor O'Brien and Sami Callihan over Xavier Woods and Scott Dawson. Scott Dawson's pissed off at Xavier Woods. Wow. And here comes Brillis Clay for his match, and But what the hell? Leo Kruger, that's maybe the guy's facing and he's attacking Brodus Clay here. Well, I don't think we're going to have a match now. Leo Kruger just viciously attacking Brodus Clay. Leo Kruger clearly doesn't want to have a match here tonight. Wow, what a beating he just laid on Brodus Clay in a matter of minutes. Well, we're going to go straight to our main event now. It's been set to be the Paul Heyman guy, Curtis Axel, set to face off with Big E Langston. Well, we know Curtis Axel is going to be on the 2K14 roster. Will Big E Langston be on the 2K14 roster? You know, Big E Langston has a lot of potential. You look at the guy, he has star written all over. I mean, he's not a bad wrestler either on the mic. At some points, he could be considered over average on the mic. So Big E Langston has a huge future in store. And there's no doubt in my mind he belongs in the 2K14 roster, but the problem with that is when Paul Heyman and other guys like that are in control, I don't know if Big E Langston is going to be given what he deserves, but tonight he's going to give Curtis Axel what he deserves, and well, to be frank, that's an ass whooping. Big E Langston is a fan favourite here at Full Sail, see no doubt about it. Big E Langston comes out here and the fans chant for Langston. And Big E Langston tonight, I think he's going to show Curtis Axel. Well, just because you're picked by Paul Heyman doesn't mean that you're some mega star. He still has to prove it. If Curtis Axel can beat Big E Langston tonight, then fair game to Curtis Axel. That's a big win. But Big E Langston has a lot to prove tonight, and he certainly has the tools to prove it. Langston here, getting the crowd on top. He is on top. Here goes Langston and Curtis Axel. And it's Langston with a belly-to-belly suplex to start things off. Punch blocked by Axel into the armbar. Into the corner goes Langston, but reverses it to put Axel into the corner. Now shoulder blocks right into the stomach, and our kick. Axel down seated in the corner. Look at this, Big E Langston, the big shoulder block. This man is a mountain of a man. Look at this, Axel now. Langston wasted too much time. He's into the armbar. Big kick to the arm from Axel. Another punch to the arm. It's going to make it numb, might give him a dead arm. Langston with a punch straight to the face, not to the side of the face. Axel blocked that one though. Down to the armbar again. This time he's going to use the arm to whip Langston into the corner. Big splash from Curtis Axel. Son of Kurt Hennig. The grandson of Larry the Axe Hennig. And look at that big clothesline attempt from Langston. It was ducked, but he came back with a front clothesline going. But there's the bulldog from Curtis Axel. These two young athletes are just wonderful to watch in the ring. They're going to put on a great match. They're already putting on a great match, and I'm sure these guys are going to be fighting for a world title someday. And now Axel with a big shoulder block into the corner. And again with a kick. What main event we have here at Full Sail. Some great events, some great matches we've had already. Sami Zayn picking up a win. Paige picking up a win in the Accession, picking up a win. And look at that from Axel belly to belly. We're going to try and keep these shows to around about half an hour, but if we go under, well, not under, I don't think we'll go under, but if we go overtime, we're going to go overtime. Look at that, Langston with a big knee to the chest and face of Axel. Now the punches from Langston. Goes for a kick. And he's going to strong whip him into the corner there, and it comes back and look for the shoulder block, but Axel managed to get that arm loose and get the hip toss there. Completely went blank in my mind there, but here we go. Langston, another hip toss from Axel to Langston, sorry. And now Langston just throwing Curtis Axel out of the ring like a ragdoll. Now on the outside here, the Full Sail crowd trying to get their hands on Big E Langston. He is a fan favourite here. Look at this with a choke. And remember, if Big E Langston happens to pick up a win tonight, that belt, the NXT belt, which by the way isn't the prettiest looking belt in the world, that's sitting at the side of the ring, and the referee is going to take that into the ring and show it to Big E Langston. Big E Langston's going to get his hands on that, even though he's not champion yet. I mean, the same will happen for guys like Bo Dallas, Sami Zayn, Leo Kruger. If they get wins and they're in the ring in the main event, they're going to get to see that until someone permanently has that belt. And into the post goes Axel. What match these two are putting on so far. Big hit into the post from Langston to Axel there. Now back into the ring. Now Axel. Axel will of course be on the 2K14 roster, part of the Paul Heyman guys with the Usos, the Kings of Wrestling, Colt Cabana and Kevin Steen, of course, led by Paul Heyman. And they're going to have a lot of control, and they're going to have a lot to do with the whole Raw after Mania and everything. Look at this, Langston on the top rope. He's comfortable there, but he hits a big shoulder block. Maybe he is comfortable there. And Axel with a big clothesline. Wonderful match so far this evening. And look at this, Axel now trying to wrench down on the back and the arms of Biggie Langston. Langston though flips Axel over. And big drop kick from Curtis Axel. He's got one of the best drop kicks in the business at this current time. And look at this, kicks from Biggie Langston. Both of these men having a great match so far. What a main event here. First sale on a big shoulder block for Biggie Langston. Look at this. Biggie Langston drops him on the knee. This has been back and forth, but if anyone's had control, it's been Biggie Langston. Another punch from Langston. Dazes Axel, but Axel, again, Langston taking too much time to talk and taunt. And now they're going to give dead arm to Langston again. That'll stop Langston from getting able to, if that arm is, you know, hurt and dead, it's not going to, Langston, sorry, is going to have a tough time getting Axel up for the big ending. Biggie's finishing maneuver. Now look at this from Axel into the arm wrench again. Look at that, hitting the arm again. He doesn't want to let Biggie get him up for that big end up. But look at this, still able to use that arm. Big knee to the face and the nose. And if he hit that nose hard enough, Axel's arms might, whoa, look at this, taking Biggie Langston up for the suplex. What a move from Axel. His eyes might start watering Axel if he gets hit in the nose, and that's not good. He won't be able to see properly. Look at this. Again, going right for the arm. That big ending is not a move that Axel wants to be hit with. Off the ropes goes Axel. Oh, neck breaker there. Look at this, hitting the shoulders again. He doesn't want Langston to be able to get him up for the big ending. Oh, and the arm again hit right into the mat here at Full Sail University for NXT. Arm wrench again. Now Langston. Now into the collar and elbow tie up. Langston to the corner goes Axel. Oh, and a big shoulder block from Langston, sorry. Look at this. Alley-oop bomb! And we're getting near the half an hour mark. It will end at half an hour tonight. This match does not have long left. Is someone going to be able to pick up a win, or is this match going to end in a no contest? Just back and forth at this point. And Langston drags Axel. And look at this! Go for the big ending! Hits it! Langston hit the big ending! His arm wasn't injured enough. Is that it? 1, 2, no! A kick out from Axel! Axel with a clothesline, it wasn't enough! The big ending wasn't enough for Biggie Langston to put Curtis Axel away. And now, the punches from Langston! And no! And Axel went for it again! But Biggie reversed! Big ending again! Big ending from Biggie Langston! That's the second one! Surely that's enough! 1, 2, 3! Biggie Langston picks up the win! Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, Biggie Langston's about to start with the referee is out here at the side of the ring. He's got that belt in hand, which by the way, as I said, is not the prettiest belt. He's about to hand it to Biggie Langston. Again, Biggie Langston is not the champion, but he's going to get a good look at that because he is going to be involved in the tournament for that championship, which will be announced next week. What a debut episode of NXT 123 on Lewis NXT here on WWE Community. We'll see you next week.
Talking about, you ain't got it yet, better get it fast, I'm holding you down, I'ma show shirt or something. You ain't never